Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
The idea of daytime running lights first appeared in Scandinavian countries. There were more than good reasons for such a non-standard innovation. Foggy, rainy weather prevails here during daylight hours, which are much shorter than in southern countries. As a result, it noticeably worsens visibility on highways, increasing the risk of traffic accidents. Therefore, Sweden, Finland, Norway developed and implemented laws on compulsory equipping of cars, in addition to conventional lighting, with special lighting devices. By design, these devices resembled ordinary fog lights. The innovation had an impressive positive effect and very soon spread all over the world. Purpose of running lights. The main purpose of these auxiliary lights is to help road users during the daytime when the highway is not very bright. For example, in cloudy weather, during thick fog or heavy rain or snowfall. They are installed not to illuminate the highway. For this role functions the usual powerful auto lighting, but to make the moving or standing car more visible to drivers oncoming, passing cars, increasing the comfort, safety of driving. Such lighting devices on the car are installed as a series, immediately in the process of production assembly, which, incidentally, practiced by many well-known automakers, and often in-house or with the help of specialists at service stations. In the EU countries, in particular, the presence of such lights is required by special regulations, so the vast majority of car plants do it. Note also that in a number of European countries, the rules require drivers to turn on daytime running lights or low beam lights when traveling outside the city in the daytime every day from May 1st to October 1st. Pros and cons of vehicle daytime running lights. The advantages of such car lighting are obvious. So, it makes it on the highway much more noticeable, minimizing the possibility of not noticing it from afar and unexpectedly get into an accident. This is the main plus, as it plays in favor of the health, lives of many road users. Its peculiarity is that such lighting, and it is most often LED, in the daytime to notice much easier than when turning on low beam headlights. In addition, it is usually automatically turned on immediately after the engine starts. That is, the driver does not need to specifically take care of its inclusion. And it should also be taken into account that such diode daylighting consumes much less energy than dipped beam. That is, it gives even more money savings. Read also, rating of the best additives for the engine of the car as practice has shown, it also has certain disadvantages. First of all, it is the need to spend additional money on its purchase and installation. In addition, it is important to competently install such lights on the car so that they work with the rest of the installed lighting means on it harmoniously, and this will require the help of qualified specialists in the automotive industry. And, finally, after improper installation, they can worsen the overall appearance, design of the car. Therefore, lighting equipment must additionally install very carefully, taking into account professional advice, recommendations. The advantage of LED daytime running lights. Their key advantage is determined by several points. First, we note that such LED lights are predominantly much more powerful, but at the same time more economical than conventional. Secondly, they with proper operation serve for many years, and, as a rule, much longer than others. In addition, they can perform several functions during a trip. For example, at the same time serve as fog lights. How to choose a headlight. The choice of daytime running lights depends on many important factors, starting from the brand of the car on which they want to install them, and ending with the financial resources of its owner, because some models of running lights are not cheap. Therefore, motorists often wonder how to choose running lights on the car. The answer cannot be unambiguous. It is necessary to take into account the whole complex of such factors. However, it is desirable to give priority to the recommendations of experienced professionals. Having examined the car and having learned the specifics of its normal operation, they will give specific advice on what models of DHO is best to buy, how to install them correctly, apply. After that, the final choice will be for the owner of the car, who will compare the advice received with their financial capabilities. Shape, size, and place of installation of DHO. Modern automotive industry produces a lot of effective, diverse models of DHOs, differing both in shape and size. Often they look like oblong cassettes with diodes arranged inside, the area of which, according to EU regulations, should fall within the range of 25-200 square centimeters. There are also round, produced in the form of ordinary fog lights, ellipse-like, and other lights. As for the place of installation of such lights on the car, each country defines it in its own way, although there is a generalized guideline adopted by the UN Economic Commission for Europe, No. 48, and its regulations, No. 47. They state that DCDs should be installed on the car not lower than 25 cm from the road surface, but not higher than 150 centimeters from its surface. At the same time, the value of the minimum distance between the closest ends of DRLs should be 60 centimeters, and from the lights of daytime running lights to the outermost dimensions of the car, not to exceed 40 centimeters. It is also required that such lights are activated in the daylight period simultaneously with the start of the engine, automatically turned off when turning on the headlight's dipped beam. Therefore, experts advise to be sure to take into account these UN recommendations, determining which running lights are better, and then installing them on the car. Read also, color and technical differences of antifreeze G11 and G12, the admissibility of mixing and interchangeability brightness, of luminescence, number of diodes, light intensity, power. It should be emphasized that when it comes to LED lights, the choice for DHO of such devices today is huge. High-quality lights give light intensity, as a rule, not less than 400 candelas. It is believed that in this regard, the optimum option for DHO is a range of 400 to 800 candelas. As with smaller indicators, the effectiveness of lights will be low, and they sometimes just will not be noticed, and with a larger value they, on the contrary, will certainly blind oncoming drivers due to the huge brightness of luminescence. Based on this, lights with the appropriate number of diodes are selected. The range of color temperature should be within 4300 to 7000 K. Manufacturer. There is no need to hesitate whether to install DRLs on the car or not, because their proper installation and use is definitely necessary. Will help the owner of the vehicle to noticeably increase safety during trips of many drivers and passengers. Therefore, it is important to buy the really best DHO, not sparing on them, and guided by the wise proverb, the miser pays twice. In order not to make a mistake in the choice, it is desirable to study the rating of the best domestic or foreign manufacturers of such lights and stop your choice on one of them. This rating is headed by Philips, which produces all types of DHO, which allows you to pick up the necessary one for a particular car model. The second place is occupied by Hella. The manufacturer's products are recognized as the most durable. The third place is occupied by Osram. DHOs of this company are characterized by an attractive appearance and cost-effectiveness. Taking into account all the advice of experts, you can easily pick up the necessary daytime running lights. Their installation allows you to create safe driving